Hello, world. This is your man, Antonio Perry, pastor, entrepreneur, writer, creator, founder of The Eyes Have It. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope that I say something or do something to inspire somebody that's listening.
From Black Haven to Orange Mound, East Memphis and downtown, North Memphis, South Memphis, and Riverside. Big Memphis, we live. This is Cut the Malarkey Radio on Bumpin' 96.3 FM.
Yo, Memphis, we are back. It's D2L 217. I'm here with Paper Route Poppy, and we got a very special guest in the building today. The founder of The Eyes Have It Productions, writer, creator, pastor, and entrepreneur, Antonio Perry, right here with us.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
The round of applause.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. So I was looking at some of the stuff that you do, and you are apparently a very busy man because you have a lot of titles.
Man.
You got a lot of titles. So,
Lots of hats, man.
Yeah. So I want to start off with just letting everybody know who you are, who Antonio Perry is, because like I said, you got a lot of hats.
Antonio Perry, of course, man, as you stated earlier, pastor, entrepreneur, nutritionist, life coach, all those types of things, which is typically my passion.
Yeah.
Everything else runs second to that, man. I'm about helping people and helping God's people become better people.
Oh yeah. I love that. So the nutritionist thing, I actually missed that. So being a nutritionist then, what is it about the nutrition lifestyle? Like what about the lifestyle stands out to you the most? Like where do you see yourself using that nutritional background to help people?
Well, I mainly use it at church because I usually tell them you can't be praying for the sick and shut in if you're always the sick and shut in. So we need to do something about ourselves because it tells us in the Bible that we were bought and paid for with a high price. So we can't just be doing what we want when we want to our bodies.
Yeah.
And that title kind of came up from a life experience I had back in 2019. I actually almost died, and prior to that, I was in gym and fitness anyway, but then that near-death experience just pushed me closer to learning about food and the body and all those types of things.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, but hey, it looked like you bounced back stronger.
Man, yeah, God is good, bro.
Oh yeah, blessings. The entrepreneurial hat that you wear.
Okay.
The businesses that you run under that entrepreneur hat, one of them being The Eyes Have It Productions. What other things do you run as an entrepreneur?
If you check me out on Instagram, I got custom smoothies because those were designed to help people have a healthier lifestyle. Because during that life experience that I was telling you about, where I almost lost my life, I lost all my bodily fluid. I couldn't digest anything. I don't care what it was, soup. It just felt like I was digesting hot rocks. So the only thing I could really have was liquids, and I ended up drinking smoothies, but I was getting people to bring them to me from other places that I won't name, but they use an excessive amount of sugars. So that was kind of like defeating the purpose. It's supposed to be healthy, but then you got all this sugar in it, which creates inflammation, which in turn creates your sickness and your disease. So I decided to do something about that. Let me create something that's much more healthy, and that's actually healthy versus saying it's healthy just because it got fruits and vegetables in it. But this is actually healthy, what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I was doing a HVAC service, but I kind of lost time for doing that with all the other things that I was wearing, then being into ministry. So I just had to line up and, see what was important.
Gotcha. You have some projects that you're working on. One of which just hit streaming services.
Yes,
which
sir. Yes.
I want to say a big congratulations there, because I know as a writer and creator, that's a huge thing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
So the name of the film is Training Room.
That is correct.
So I want to talk about Training Room because I've seen the trailer. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully some of the listeners have already seen it. And if you haven't seen it, if you're a listener, by the end of this, we want y'all to watch this.
For sure.
But tell us about Training Room. Tell us about writing Training Room.
Well, Training Room actually is an exaggerated version of my life. I spent 20 years doing sales, and I was always blessed to be the top salesperson and all that sort of thing. And at the time when I was younger, I was a bit, cocky and arrogant about my sales skills. So it was just like, I felt like, why do I have to be in these trainings? Look at my numbers. What is there to talk about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as I matured, then I was just like, sometimes just your presence can make other people want to be a part of certain things. But anyway, I'm sitting in these trainings, and a lot of times people are saying things and doing things. I'm rolling my eyes, my mind all over the place. So that's like an exaggerated version of my experience in the training rooms at those times. Like I said, my imagination runs wild just being a creator alone. And then you got me sitting here isolated in this room, basically. So I was really just coming up with all kinds of stuff. So I put that into writing.
Yeah.
And then I put it in the air to see what it was going to do. And I'm very proud of it.
Yeah. Man,
bro. My bad.
From what I've seen so far, go ahead, man.
Nah, go ahead, bro. My bad.
Oh, from what I've seen so far, especially with the trailer, with it being released, I'm gonna go ahead and watch the full film. But from what I've seen in the trailer, it's got me hooked. Like I want to watch this. And
I appreciate that.
When it comes to this creativity,
right?
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people realize their creativity. Some people may say the creativity, being them is somewhat a part of their purpose. So when it comes to creativity, when did you discover your creative, your creative legs, when you started stretching your legs as a creator? When did you discover that you had that creative gene?
Man, you might not believe this when I say it, but I discovered this as a kid. I grew up in Binghamton. And the OGs and the big bros used to have me on the block while they were doing their thing, telling stories.
Yeah.
So I was telling random stories, 7, 8 years old. And then I tried to duplicate my mother's handwriting with ill intent. I tried to duplicate her handwriting simply because, like, if I got a mark or a grade at school and I didn't want her to see it, I'm going to sign it.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, I discovered that I could write poetry at a very young age. So combine that with the girly handwriting and the poetry, I used to slide that to girls and that would generate conversation. So like I said, initially I had ill intent with that.
Yeah.
And then I moved forward out of that and started watching, y'all might be too young for this one. I started watching Midnight Love, BET and all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, you know what? These boys, they writing songs and they getting girls. So you know what I'm saying? Let me try that and see what the songwriting be like. So I was writing the songs and hoping to land one of my songs into, somebody major's hands and things like that, but it never happened. So then I started going into, well, you know what? Why am I chasing these folks? Let me try to do it. But this was early on in life.
Yeah.
Then we fast forward and I was with this young lady and we were bumping heads. We were having an argument. And she asked me one day, she said, you always in the living room, reading the Bible, paying your tithes and all this sort of thing. Why are you having such a problem on your job with your money? So it was like a slap in the face, but at the same time, it posed a good question to take to God during those times. And he was just like, well, the thing is, you keep trying to climb the corporate ladder and I'm trying to get you to build one. So that's why I was having all these troubles on the job. But when I say troubles, I mean, I'm making money, but I should have been making more because of the numbers I was putting up, but it was always a problem. So that's what really started the juices flowing. You know what? Maybe I need to be doing something else. And then with you fast forward a little more, even with all the fitness experience that I had, I was a general manager at LA Fitness for a good while. Opened up a lot of them in the city. But then after I left there and I was trying to make some extra money, I tried to even work at Planet Fitness on the side. They did not hire me. And then it was just like I heard God's voice saying, what did I tell you? So that was kind of like my confirmation at that point. It's time to be an entrepreneur because he wasn't going to even give me a job that I'm overqualified for. You dig?
Yeah. Hey, when that word speak, hey, unless you go on about your business.
But you got to listen and you don't just hear it, but you have to adhere.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yep.
A lot of people trying to tell people.
Hey, run, hide, but you can't get away.
You can't get away from it.
At all.
You gonna come back to it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Because, like I said, man, with the, when you have a calling, especially, I like to think a lot of the creators, when they have that calling, especially, some of those, with good intent, pure intent, people just generally flock to those creators.
Right.
So they lead, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They lead through their content, they lead through the movies and the films, the writings, all the things that they do creatively. And man, it's I wouldn't necessarily say for some it feels like a burden, but I do want to ask if there has been, like, since you left the corporate world and got into entrepreneurship, have there been any times where you felt, okay, like, maybe I got to switch some things up, or this might be a little more challenging than I set out to do?
Well, I actually welcome challenges. That part doesn't bother me, but it have been times I had to. I feel like I had to switch things up, especially when the calling to ministry got stronger. Even before I answered, the call just got stronger. So it was just a lot of things in sales that they were teaching didn't feel good anymore. For instance, when I started calling them out on certain practices that they were doing, somebody literally asked me, it was just like, well, do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? So I'm like, well, how come I can't have both? So at that point, like I said, that's when the wheel starts steadily turning, like, dude, you need to do something else. And then I tried to, let that boil over into my ministry. So I try to be creative with how I give the word to people. It's not about being profound. I want to be practical with it, because if I leave you and you still don't understand what I said, then I ain't done my job.
Yeah. I feel that.
So, I got a quick question. When did you know that you wanted to be in ministry?
A long time ago, but I just didn't accept it. I didn't accept it. I knew a long time ago, but I ran from it because I was so focused on what I would have to give up versus looking at what I would be gaining. Now I got to walk the straight and narrow. Now I got to do this. Now I got to do that, because I initially was asked to do Sunday school. So then once I accepted that invitation, then I was put over the youth. So I'm like, I can't be out here doing X, Y, Z, and I'm telling them another thing. So that put me in the word and made me study more. So eventually, the call of ministry, it just grabbed me by the throat, and I couldn't move no more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, but
let's be clear though.
You know what?
When I say ministry, people are always thinking religion. I am not religious. Let me say that again. I am not religious. I am spiritual. It is not the same thing.
Yeah. You know what? And it took me, I'll be honest, it took me some time to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Because I spent my whole life in church.
Me too.
And I think a lot of people don't really break that down enough.
Right.
So I think it's important. Especially that you said that, because a lot of people don't break that down.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just group them together.
Yeah, you got to think about it like this. It was the religious people that killed Jesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%, bro.
Hey, man.
So do you have any other projects that you have in
Well, I have some commercials that I put out there, because one of my biggest things is I always want to try to help and lift up the black businesses, especially the ones that are just getting started. So I have those out there, and I have some scripts written, and then we're actually in process of working on a second movie, which we're kind of, I say, a quarter of the way done with that.
Okay. So when it comes to doing these films, if I'm not mistaken, you were the writer, the producer, the creator of Training Room. But if I'm correct, you didn't direct.
Yeah, the director.
So let's talk about let's talk about the director's choice. Now, given that it is your sister, my question was, how easy was that choice to give that opportunity to somebody that know is just as passionate and creative?
Oh, it was easy, because that's what I know she loves to do. She wants to be behind the camera. That's what she lives to do. And then she also writes as well, but that directing thing and putting everything in order and lining everything up, that's her passion. I can do it, but if somebody's there who's, as passionate, as good or better, why not?
Yeah. And I love that, because when you know somebody has that passion for something just as strong as you do, and especially having them working on something that you work so hard for and work so hard on, you know what I'm saying? Having them there to enjoy that experience with you. Yeah.
Well, I heard a quote a long time ago too. That quote said, "You don't get any extra credit for saying you did something alone." So when I heard that stuck with me. So I'm at the point now where while trying to build up what I'm doing, I rather delegate. And by me being in management for years, I'm not one to stand on nobody's shoulder. If you're gonna do the job, do the job. And if you're not gonna do the job, then we're gonna have to do something different.
Yeah.
You don't have to let you go, buddy.
Exactly.
Man. You've been here for 2 months and you still can't get it right. Get out.
Exactly.
Especially when you got a vision for something.
Oh, that's the last thing you want, somebody messing your vision up.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be quiet.
Look, so it going off that, were there any situations when making training room, when filming and filming training room, that you had that was like some adversity that kind of wavered things a little bit?
Oh yeah, when we first started, the energy was not there. It took about 2 years to get it done, because I had to swap out the cameraman. It was a majority of that cast that's in there now is not the original cast, minus like 3 or 4 people. Because like I said, I wasn't feeling the energy right in the middle of filming. I shut the whole thing down. And then there was a pause, and then we brought other people back in there, and then as you can see, we got a much better project.
Yeah. It's a very like I said, I watched that trailer.
Man, I appreciate it.
Because the trailer had me hooked. I was like, man, that trailer.
Yeah, man, make sure you check that movie. I think you're gonna like it. Not just because I did it, but I just think you're gonna like it.
Oh, girl, with the gun, with the blicky, I can't say with. Never mind. Oh, girl with the blicky. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, girl with the blicky. She had me real damn convinced. Yeah, that she was in the pew somebody. I was like, wait a minute, ma'am, hold on.
She finna do some things. Hey, look, I don't want to give it all away, but she felt like somebody took something from her. She was upset because, and that was another thing I went through on the job too, getting passed over for promotions because they did not want to promote me due to being so good at sales. We're gonna keep you here. So that was another thing that upset me about the job. And made me want to, tip over into entrepreneurship. I'm like, man, look, this ain't working for me. So that's where her attitude came from.
Okay.
So being that this is something that you wrote kind of formed around your personal experiences, which character would you say you most like? Like, you know what I'm saying? Which character is most like you?
Honestly, about 5 of them. Because there was a guy in there that was dealing with diabetes and sugar got low on the job, having issues. See, everybody in there got a separate storyline. And we can actually do I wrote it as a 49-minute movie simply because I want to see if I want to make it a series or if I'm gonna do a part 2. Either way, the next one is already written, regardless of what we decide to do with it. So the one that's definitively not me, you got a girl in there that's pregnant. So of course I ain't never been pregnant. So you got the guy that was fooling with the diabetes. You got the guy who was in there. He's like the pretty boy on the job who liked to dress, come to work looking a certain way. I was like that, but I wasn't extra as I made him in the movie. So and then I was also the tenured employee that had been there for a long time that everybody would come to with all their questions and stuff like that. So there's a character in there that represents that. So I represented just about all of them in some kind of way.
Hey, see, that's when you tap into the creative mindset where you can be like, okay, I am this type of way, I am that type of way, and then you bring all of them into light. Hey, that's genius right there. I like that.
All in one location at that.
In one location, not in separate locations.
One location.
I like that. Hey man, I'm kind of excited about this.
Man, I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to y'all feedback too.
Oh yeah. We'll watch it. Definitely let
No
you
doubt.
know. Man. So I wanted to know too. Tapping into that creativity, because I know as a creative, sometimes we just face that block. You know what I'm saying? That little wall. Sometimes it's like, man, I got the itching to write something or create something, but I got a little block right now. What do you do when you face something like that?
Man, listen, just being 100% honest with you, and I thank God, I've never had writer's block.
Really?
My issue is knowing when to stop writing.
Oh, okay.
Because when I start, I have to figure out what my stopping point gonna be, or else I'm just gonna keep going. You know, kind of like how when Forrest Gump was running, somebody had to tell him stop running.
He was running.
Yeah,
running.
That's me when it comes to writing. Because, like, you know, I'm a student and I'm in school too, working on a bachelor's degree. And I had a professor appreciate it. I had a professor to tell me, she said, if you weren't such a good writer, I'd fail you, because see, I had typos. And the reason why I had those typos, I would wait to the last minute to type my papers. But I did that because the paper is already in my head. I typed 13 pages in 2 hours.
You already had it here. You just had to
didn't put it there. So then at this point, when the deadline coming, I got to hurry up and type. And I ain't checking over to nothing. I just type it and turn it in. So, like I said, man, just praise God, I ain't never hit a writer's block, because right now I got about.
Hey, that's a gift.
I have to put at least the idea down in my phone, or I have to go into my script software and at least start the idea, and I know I can come back to it because it's already up there. But it's just now I just shift stuff around in my head to see what budget is more feasible to work on at the time. So that's the only thing, and that's why Training Room got bumped forward, because that wasn't the first script I wrote. I wrote another script before.
Okay, so what was the first script you wrote?
It's called Friends and Family Day, but it calls for more locations and other things like that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm trying to get my name out there, trying to brand myself. So let me scale back a little bit. So I went ahead and wrote Training Room, and then now we're getting ready to work on another one called Man Camp. That's the one in progress now. I think. I think the ladies gonna really dig that one. It's more so for, like, you know, you got a dude at home not doing what he's supposed to do, sending him to a man camp to get him some help, so it's another drama. There was some hidden messages in there too.
Starting Paper Route Pipe.
That's what we're working on now.
Starting Paper Route Pipe.
Yeah.
Look, he want to be in the movies so bad, this man.
Hold on, wait. Let me get my hands tight.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm trying to build a team, man. So anybody that I feel like I can trust, I'm a good discerner of spirits. So if I'm around you long enough, I know if I can trust you or not. So I'm trying to build me a team. I'm gonna take you back to Spike Lee. When Spike Lee got started, you saw Denzel in just about everything he did. And a couple of other people. And then if you look at Adam Sandler movies, you definitely gonna always see Rob Schneider and a few other folks. Tyler Perry, he got a lot of the same folks. That's what I'm working on right now. I want a crew of people. Hey, I got this script. Hey, let's go get it done. And I got some solid people right now.
I said that.
That's what's up. Because, you know, a lot of people struggle to find that team. Like you said, going back, that team that shares the same vision as you.
Right.
That executes your vision to a T.
And the main thing is, man,
that's a blessing.
I don't try to sell anybody no dreams. I just try to let my character and my walk speak for me. That's it. I don't make no empty promises.
Hey.
Yo. So, as a creator, do you look forward to, even under the Eyes Have It Productions title,
right,
do you look to create any other things?
Yes.
What do you plan on creating and putting out?
Well, right now, you know, I don't want to call it low budget, but it's just the stuff that's less expensive, I should say, that I'm working on right now. And the comedy and the dramedies, that's where I'm at right now. just to reel people in, to show them what I can do. But then I got some more faith-based stuff that's coming up too, because I actually got a superhero movie in the works too. But I know that's gonna take something. It's gonna take a little change to make that one. So I want these movies that I'm putting out now to generate some eyes, some sponsorships, and things like that, and then I can use that for the bigger movies.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. So putting out these movies, you're gonna generate some.
Yeah,
okay.
you know, I worked music for a long time, so it's just like putting your mixtape out first, you know, getting hot, and then you know,
you drop
exactly. I'm using that same model.
That's where I was going next. Yeah, that's where I was going with it next, because I noticed that one of the songs used, at least in one of the trailers that I saw, was a song that you performed, if I'm not mistaken.
that was
so
funny.
let's talk about the music side. Let's talk about the music side. So how long have you been doing music?
Man, like I told you, I started back with BET Midnight Love. So I've always had a love for music, because on one side of my family, they listening to blues, R&B, and rap and all this sort of thing. And then I had my grandparents' side, where it was the gospel side. So, you know, I got a catalog in my head full of music. You know, I got friends that try to put me on those music shows, name that tune and all that kind of stuff. That's just how much music I got in my head. So, and I work with so many people doing music, you know, and I know that life happens, personal things happen, but we've gotten to the door, had record deals, met a lot of people and things like that, but the record deal didn't come through on their end, so we ended up getting out of those situations. But said all that to say, I wrote a lot of music, and I got a catalog full of music just sitting there. I got some that's streaming. I got a catalog sitting there, but I didn't know God's plan was to have that music as my own soundtrack music. So it's not going to waste. And then this Don't Touch My Phone song, which is the cover song, it was just like I was riding to church one Sunday morning, because where I pastor is an hour away. So I got plenty of time to think, and, you know, my thoughts be all over the place. And that little tune just came in my head, don't touch my phone. So I started putting the notes in my phone, and the little voice recorder, I started singing it on there. And then when I got out of church, I put it together.
Okay.
And then shout out to legendary Blackout, best known for Nobody Needs Nobody.
All right. Shout out.
Yeah, that's a childhood friend of mine. Me and dude go back to like 4th grade. So I hit him up. That's usually my go-to guy when I want to put something down.
Yeah.
So we put it down together and created it. And instead of me reaching out to other people, worried about somebody else's schedule, hey, let me go and get in there in the booth and see what's going on.
Yeah. And make something happen. Hey, that's what's up.
That's the best way to do it right there.
Yeah.
Hey, instead of calling folks, you know, let me go and do it.
Yep. Go and hop in there and lay it down. You got the sound and the vision in your head. Put it on. Hey.
Exactly. And being around it so long, it's not like I was new to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
It's like riding a bike, honestly.
Yes, sir.
You've been in the booth before, so man, because I was listening to it and I was like, So I scrolled down, I was like, I wonder who the song is. But then, if I'm not mistaken, the song is distributed on streaming platforms too, right?
It is.
Hey, so y'all make sure. Hey,
we're gonna do a video to it soon.
That's what's up.
That's
what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen to the whole thing. You'll like it. As a matter of fact, I got some people right now in the background working, trying to get me a meeting or some type of conversation with the people at Samsung. And if you listen to the song, you'll see why.
Okay.
It's in the trailer for the movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I thought. So like, hold on, I heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we in there.
Oh yeah. So going off the whole music aspect, like you said, you got a whole Rolodex up there. You listen to a lot of things, gospel. You listening to soul and all that.
Man.
So we like to kind of deep dive, like we began the show, kind of introducing the people and letting the people know who Mr. Antonio Perry is. So we want to know, as far as that musical taste, if you're putting together a CD, like you said, you ride long distances. So you putting together something, you playing for a long ride. What you got? What are you putting on this CD? Who has to be on this CD?
Who has to be? Well, it really depends on my mood, because typically, now this is how I start every day out. Like I said, I try to keep my spirit fed at all times. So typically I start off with some gospel.
Okay.
You know, to get the ball rolling. I got a lot of gospel singers I like. You know, Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin, because he did some different things. He wasn't just trying to be traditional either, so that's why he made my list. Leandria Johnson, I've actually met her in person, which made me more of a fan, because back in December of 2019, me and a friend brought her to town to perform at New Direction.
Oh, okay.
So her, and man, you know, prior to this, the jailhouse thing and everything that R. Kelly has done, that was one of my favorite go-to people. You know, because dude, aside from all that, which I hate for him, dude is a genius. I'm a Usher fan. I'm a Joe fan. I'm a Babyface fan. And then the people that I'm naming now, these are people who I looked at as dope writers too, because I was one of those people who would open the back of the CD up. I want to read the credits and see who did what.
Oh yeah.
When I started looking at that, and again, you know, watching BET, watching BET. You know, I'm a Pac fan. I like a lot of old school rap. So like I said, just depend on my mood and where I'm going. Yeah, I just want to have my mind right for the situation.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I like that you started it off with feeding your spirit, because because you know what, a lot of people don't realize that, because we had a conversation with Project Pat, and he said the same thing, that listening to certain things, you got to remember that you got to feed your spirit too. I like that you said that, because you know a lot of people neglect it. So. Oh yeah, I like.
They do. That. I mean, we'll feed our bodies, but then we don't understand that you got to feed your spirit too. You got to. And then when it comes to between your spirit and your body, whichever one you feed the most will get the biggest and have the most power.
Oh yeah, I really,
Sprinkle some game in there.
Drop some knowledge on them. Drop some knowledge on them out there. They gonna learn something.
I got a question.
Okay.
Say you leaving, you go to California.
Okay.
You on a business trip out there.
Okay.
For 2 weeks.
Okay.
You come back. When you come back, what's one place you got to stop and get something to eat at?
When I come back home? Let me think. It's two places. Sweet Potato Whiskey Soul Food Cafe. You'll actually see that restaurant in the movie. It's in South Haven. It's a black-owned soul food spot.
Okay.
Reason being, the owner's super cool. And you know, he let me put his stuff in the movie. And then not only that is because when he prepares his vegetables, he don't put no meat in them. See, I don't eat meat.
You know what? You all right with me? You all right with me? That man talk about me all the time. Look, I quit. It's been about 6 months. I'm new at it, but
right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there. I'm
about 2 years in. I'm about 2 years in on it, cause man, it took fasting. You know, I say, you know what? This day I'm not gonna eat no meat. So that day went by. So a little while later, week, I ain't gonna eat no meat. You know, a couple of days to a week, then a month. And then I said, let me just see how long I can go. And I just lost the taste for it.
Man.
So now I eat stuff like if I want a burger, and that leads me to what I was going to say is my second place. Huey's got a 5 black bean burger. But it's gotten to the point now where Huey's actually letting me put the black bean patty over a salad. So that's how I eat my salads now. You know how some people have chicken salad?
Yeah.
I have black bean in my salad.
Man, I ain't think about that.
Yeah, man. I'm starting a lot of people on that. Hey, it's good too. Yo, I can tell you the cost of it. Hey, go get it. $22.78 when I get 2 patties in there.
Oh yeah, Huey's, I'm in there.
Yeah.
Going straight to Huey's.
Man, the one at Southwind, the bartender Brian, he knows me. When I call, all I got to do is say, "What's up, Brian? Hey, Antonio, you want the usual?" Yep. That's how much I eat there.
Man, that's how you know it's good too.
Yes, sir.
Man, look.
Man, no doubt.
If I call you one time and you know my order off back, yeah, this is where I'm coming.
Oh yeah, and I tip him every time too. because he makes sure I got everything I need. That's one of the places I ain't even got to check the bag.
You know it's right.
Yeah, I just got to grab the order and leave.
You know it's right.
Yes, sir.
If I ain't got to open it up until I'm at the house sitting at the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I only open mine up the days he ain't at work.
Oh,
yeah. If he at work, I know I'm secured.
Here, let me check it.
Yeah, let me go and check it. And the one on Poplar, they pretty good too. So those are the two locations. Cause he usually I hit the one on Poplar after church because it's right there by the E-way. I had to pass that. Oh, and then by me working out at the Esporter or LA Fitness that's over there by Hacks Cross, that's why I go to Southwind.
Okay. Okay.
Strategically planned.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. On the route.
For sure.
Hey man, that's how you gotta do it though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what sweet potato whiskey?
Because look, he gonna write them down. Watch.
Sweet potato pie, whiskey, soul food cafe.
He gonna be. I'm gonna find him over there. Watch. I'm gonna find him over there.
Yeah, it's in South Haven. You know where the Malarkey is in South Haven? Same parking lot.
Oh.
Yep, same parking lot. When you pull in, it's on the left hand side. So if you look at the movie, you'll see his name in my credits too.
Oh,
okay. Like I said,
it's one of the locations.
He supplied the food, and the girl that's doing the delivery in the movie, she's wearing his uniform because he was gracious enough to allow that.
Okay. Oh, that's what's up.
So yeah, I definitely for his business.
That's what's up.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes, sir. Rob Hunter, the owner, and he also has a breakfast bar that's coming up in Bartlett. It's going to be a breakfast hibachi. So, dude, he's doing some things.
So y'all know.
Check that out too.
So y'all know.
Hey, breakfast hibachi. What?
Yeah, man, that's my guy. Cause see, he's agreed to let me hang up posters and everything in his shop. I mean, that's how tight we've become. Like, put the posters up, letting people know about my movie.
That's
why is you so close?
Nah, I had to adjust some stuff. So I know you talked about building connections in, the making of this film, and this film took 2 years to get right. Some of the connections that you built, were there some that maybe you say kind of took a little bit more time, like a filling out period, or were you just able to just kind of, once you met that person, everything just kind of felt right? You kind of felt, everything was aligned spiritually, and they kind of shared the vision.
Yeah, it was a little bit of all that. I really didn't have to take much time to get to know anybody. Now, I did do some, some soft auditions where it was just like, well, this person, just based on the conversation, won't be a good fit. But once they made it through the door, I already knew it was going to work because I felt it ahead of time. My sister, she had some other stuff to work on, so she referred somebody that took her original place because she was going to direct and act in it, but she referred me somebody that worked out that was great. The main character wasn't originally the main character. She was playing like the comic relief. Shout out to Ashanti Johnson, comedian around Memphis, Tennessee. So she was originally the comic relief in the movie. But then somebody else due to work schedule couldn't make it. So because Ashanti is so versatile, I put her in the lead spot. So by her doing that, by me moving her to another spot, she recommended somebody to take her spot, which is Lakeisha, and aka Lotus B. She's also a comedian around town too. So her and I clicked. So shout out to her as well. So her and I clicked. So I put her in the spot, and she, in a short period of time, just came out and killed it.
That's what's up.
So, and then one of the other guys in there, I've been knowing him for 30 years, Eddie Houston, and that's not an exaggeration either. I've been knowing him for a long time. No, matter of fact, almost 40 years because we came up in Binghamton together. Yeah. And then another lady, Sharella, we go to school together. So it was just like everything just kind of fell into place after the fact.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up.
Boy, connections everywhere. You heard
me? Man, that's what's up. And I worked on Young Rock season 3 for about 4 months when they came to town.
Yeah.
And I met one of the guys on that. So he came through and got in.
Oh, that's what's up. So what did you do on Young Rock?
Yeah.
Man, everything. It started off as supposedly a 1-day experience. But then I kept getting called back. So that 1 day turned into about 16, 17 weeks. Man. So they had me working background. I learned how to do some camera stuff. I wasn't trying to get on there, like some people get on there and got on there trying to be stars. I'm like, dude, these folks got a $40 million budget. They are not looking at you right now. Yeah. They trying to get this show done. So I'm sitting there trying to soak up game, and then I'm listening to the producers and the writers and seeing how they run a tight ship. So, I was putting that in my head. I wasn't thinking about trying to be no star on their show.
Yeah.
So that's exactly. And that's all they focused on, getting the show done. They're not looking at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I made a connection on there. A guy named James. Matter of fact, he's a wrestler around town as well. So yeah,
production. So that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Because I was gonna ask you too, because you had mentioned that your sister was supposed to originally be in the film, and I was gonna ask if you had done any work on the other side of the camera yourself. So other than Young Rock, have you done anything other than that?
Yeah, I've done a lot of her stuff. So it's kind of like an even exchange. She just hadn't put it out yet, but it's getting ready to come out.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
so people get to see you in a different light, other than being the writer, and on the other side of the camera, you get to see you.
Well, check out the commercials that I did too for these businesses that I'm telling you about.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wrote and produced those, and then I acted in them.
Okay. So those available, people can see those on TV, and assuming your YouTube channel as well. Social
media on the Eyes Have It 28 on Instagram, and then I have the Eyes Have It on Facebook. So it's posted on all that. Okay, cool. So you got anything for him?
I was just saying, sister, she gonna have to come on here too, because she ain't getting away, because she out here directing, and y'all out here directing and acting in each other's stuff, and
man,
the brotherly love and whatnot. Y'all ain't getting away from us like that easy.
Man, look, I want to stay connected with my folks. I don't want to feel like, and it's not knocking anybody, so I don't want nobody trying to, come at me and attack me for what I'm about to say. But I don't want to feel like I have to leave Memphis in order to be successful.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I don't want to have to feel like that. I gotta go run to Atlanta. I gotta go run to Houston. Okay, shout out to all them, but we can do the same thing here. I don't have to run.
And you know what? I said in our last interview that the Memphis writing and movie scene has really blown up. It's coming, and people are watching. They are tuned in and they paying attention, and they're realizing that it's some real creative people in Memphis.
Right.
And they don't have to leave to make it happen. They got it going. They got it going.
I said North Haven.
Man, that's what
you said North Haven.
Where's North Haven?
I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about Memphis blowing up, man.
Yeah, man. We can do it, man, as long as we work together and things like that. I'm all about networking. See, I learned networking a long time ago because, my time in sales. I used to get everybody's business card, and then I took pride in taking care of people. So it's like when I got out of sales, I still had a phone list full of people that I've come in contact with. And then when I started my own business, I let them know what I was doing. And because they had already trusted me previously, they wasn't hesitant to do business with me.
See?
So, some of these same people I send my products to, hey man, check this out. And they still, they still mess with me.
Yeah.
And them the kind of connections I be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They matter.
A lot of people should have, because, bro, just because you doing something that somebody else is not doing, they might have a connection with somebody else that's doing what you're doing.
You never know.
Stop trying to beef with everybody, because
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, exactly. I tell people, man, God made enough for everybody. I ain't gotta hate on you because you're doing the same thing I'm doing.
Exactly.
He made enough for everybody.
You can win, and I can applaud you for winning. Oh yeah,
man. What you say?
I can applaud you for winning because you know what? A lot of people don't say that, man. I love to see another brother win, and you know what?
Yeah.
Some people won't say it.
I do. I love it. I love it.
Hey, I'm happy to see another brother win.
Man.
Straight up.
Because I don't know if you heard the show last week, but we had Katrina Sykes on the show, and
just shot craps.
Yeah. And if you don't know, that's our cousin. That's actually our cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And man, I told her, I was like, man, when I seen you on the screen, I instantly screenshot it and put it on Facebook. Facebook was like, bro, my cousin is in the movie. And not knowing he was actually on the other side of the camera when she was doing the whole thing. So
yeah, Rex, that's my dude. That's who shot Training Room.
Oh, that's what's up.
Man,
that's what's up. That's a small world. Hey, that's what's up.
Rex,
yeah.
Calling y'all out.
He want to interview everybody.
Hey man, I definitely let him know. But yeah, that's who shot that, and that's who's shooting this. You know, that's been my go-to guy.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Because you know what, like I said, the networking, everybody working together, coming together, showing each other love. Man, I love it.
Man, I got so many people, and then the people who I'm working with showing me love too. Cause like even on Young Rock, I got a dude he's a Hollywood stuntman, and one of the commercials that I did, he gave me a crash course in how to fall properly and all this stuff, so I could do the commercial right.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, he had a crash pad. I fell out of a chair from up in the sky and all kind of other stuff.
What?
That's what's up. Because you know what, man? Look, hey, that's them connections at work.
Yeah, man.
Connections at work.
Hey, check my TikTok when we get off this. You'll see what I'm talking about. I put it all on there.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah,
check that out. That's what's up. That's them connections at work for real.
Man, I am trying to tell you. Hey, you never know when you may need somebody, and vice versa. So it's just good to be good to everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
now, true enough, you might not click with everybody, but still, you make your best attempt to do so.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You know what
I'm saying? Put them good vibes in the world, and I hope somebody picked that up.
Yeah, man.
I hope somebody picked that up.
Man, but all these gems that this man have dropped in the past.
Oh yeah, gems on top of gems. So look, we don't want to hold you too long, but we do want to make sure everybody know again where they can find your new film, Training Room.
Man, Future Today, Reveal, Discovered, and there's more to come. It's licensed in some other places, but it's just not live yet. So I'm just like, no need to name those just yet until it's actually live.
Gosh.
But these are the ones where you can download the app and go ahead and watch right now.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And once again, everybody, this is Antonio Perry. And
yes, sir.
Can you tell everybody where they can follow you so that they can, know your future works when those projects
drop? You got The Eyes Have It, but that's THEEYESHAVEIT. And that's The Eyes Have It, the number 28. That's on Instagram. And then it's The Eyes Have It on Facebook. And then if you want to get on our email list, The Eyes Have It 2828@gmail.com.
So y'all make sure y'all tap in and y'all go watch Training Room right now, like I'm about to do. And
yes, sir.
We want to thank you again for coming through and giving us an amazing interview and dropping some gems to the listeners. You know what I'm saying? Because, man.
Not only to the listeners, but
to us.
Man, hey,
some good food spots.
Hey, you ain't doing nothing. Head over to the social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Man, go like it and share it, man. Help your boys out. CutTheMalarkey.tv, man. CutTheMalarkey.tv. Head over there, like, share, subscribe. Man, help your boys out.